Welcome to the third episode of the Pear podcast. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for coming over to my island, Sandi.
Thanks for having me. I feel we've got lots to talk about this week with the new update, but also I want to know what's been happening on your island since the last time, because you did say you were going to be doing some work.
Yeah, I've been really busy. I've done loads of decorating, terraforming, designing. I've designed some rooms in my house. I've redesigned the top, back, middle bit of my island. I've flattened my campsite like I planned, but I haven't done anything with that yet. Lots to talk about.
Yeah, that sounds a lot. How did you find time while hunting for those elusive balloons, or the DIYs from the balloons? I had such a hard time. This has been the worst that I've ever experienced with balloons. I think I haven't got them all yet. I don't know if you've got yours yet, but I've popped so many balloons, it's unbelievable.
Still don't have all the recipes. I think I've got three left to get. But I will say this, I'm doing better than I did with the cherry blossoms, because I only managed to get one recipe during cherry blossom season earlier in the year.
Oh, I didn't have trouble with cherry blossoms, it's just, this is the worst.
What do you think they'll do next year with the seasonal DIYs like Bunny Day and cherry blossom? Do you think it'll be a similar thing again, or a different set of recipes?
I hope not. I don't mind I don't want the same recipes, because that would make it pointless, because you already know them, but I do hope that they separate it somewhat, because mixing them in, like the balloons, either we'll maybe get some from, like they did with Halloween, like the villagers crafting one set of DIYs, and then the other ones are coming from the balloons, because that was horrible. But I don't know what they're going to do. I hope they do change it.
The Halloween crafting made me really hopeful that they'd changed the DIY system, because getting them from the villagers was great.
Yeah, it was.
Gave you a nice excuse to pop in their houses and say hello. It meant that you could get them much more easily. I hate to think how many hours I've spent running up and down the beach this week and getting clay, iron nuggets, little bags of money.
Yeah.
Although I did get 30,000 bells one time, that was not too bad.
I don't get 30,000, but I've been getting 1,000 bells, and I've never had so many 1,000 bells out of balloons before. I just thought it was 5,000 or 30,000 on the odd occasion. But yeah, I've had more money bags, I think, than anything else.
It's got to the stage where I've started seeing balloons in the sky in my real life.
I think I've already said I hear balloons when I'm not even playing the game. It's just outside and I hear a wee wind and I'm like, oh. It's crazy.
I haven't dreamt of catching balloons yet, fortunately.
Yeah, you still got another couple of recipes to get, so it might come.
Yeah, I suppose I should get back to hunting them today.
I think it's been easier when you've been doing work though. That's when I've caught most balloons, because I think just when it's sitting at the side I tried to do that and listen out for them, but I never seem to get much for there. It's when I'm doing work on the town that I seem to get a lot. Although it looks a lot, but I've not really done much this week, because I haven't been doing any terraform, or not much terraforming or laying down paths, because I've kept that, I said to you last week that I was going to keep that all open and natural.
Well, I did get a sneak peek of your island last night, and it looks like you've done an amazing job on the entrance.
Yeah, it's a bit different. I've not put any paths down at all, and I've just used the flowers and the trees and some bushes to kind of lay out the paths and guide you where I want you to go.
Yeah, so you've got grass acting as natural paths, but you've got a few of those really cute wooden signs pointing you.
Yeah, the destination.
As well,
not the destination. It's just a signpost. A signpost and the angled signpost. They're quite cute, and then because they are wood, you can customise them to change the symbol to where you want them to go, but you can't change the colour. But it's quite natural colour, so it's nice.
They look great
in that wee area.
And I love how the red maple leaf piles you've got there kind of draw you. They sort of tell you which way to go. They draw you through the trees.
Yeah, I just love running through them. It's a lovely touch. Yeah, it's nice. I love running through them, so I think it's quite nice for visitors to do that as well. done a wee bit around my house as well, I've done that, but mostly I have been looking for the maple DIYs. Haven't got them all, but the ones I did get are the ones that I wanted most. So I got the tree arch, which was, I think, the one I did want the most. So that was my first DIY.
You made me one of those, thank you very much. That's a great DIY. I've got a couple of those up now.
The arch is great. Yeah, and that's because I gave you the recipe as well, because I got my first dupe, and it was the arch one, so that was kind of lucky.
I was very grateful.
I know, I'm still waiting in my other DIY back.
Well, I haven't got any yet. I'm sorry. I did send you what I thought was a nice gift.
It was. I've got a picture of it. I added it to our set, so he's sitting nearby. Is it the puppers? You sent me a mum's plushie.
Yeah.
Probably because I kept mentioning it last week. Take the hint.
I did. I got the hint. Was that all the decorating that you did and the front of your island? Because I didn't go and explore.
Yeah, I've not really done much. I've added some few more mush furniture items around. And I think I've tried to work on the cafe a bit more, because it's not like the way I want it to look, but I've not finished that. That'll take a while. I've been decorating a couple of the villagers' houses now, because Chester came last week. And
lovely. Oh, and he has we were talking about the Zen theme, weren't we?
Yeah, so he's got that.
He's got the bamboo interior.
Oh, his house
so
is so cool.
Has he got a bit of bamboo outside?
Not yet. I've still got that in storage, but I will plant some. I've planted some flowers. I don't want to plant too much because I feel it's quite tall for being in front of the house. So I don't know, can you stop bamboo growing with a plant trick?
Yeah, you can. If you just plant a piece of fruit directly behind it, at whichever growth stage you want, it will stop.
Right, I might try that, because I've had to cut his wall. The wall is really a lot higher than the other walls, like the wee wooden wall, so I've took a section of that out and put some hedges there just so you can see his house better, because I think it just closes it off and when you're running in. That was just my view of it, so I just changed it. And then I've had to take down Lobo's garden because he left me. He has to leave the other day, so I had to take down his little house and his fence, because I think Fauna's moved in and the barbed wire fence didn't look as appropriate for
Oh yeah, but you can't have a barbed wire fence for Fauna.
No, definitely not.
She's lovely.
She is. So I've not decorated it outside. I've just laid down her fence. I've planted a wee tree. The tree, I think it's like a reddy one. And it just looks so nice out there, because I love Fauna's colour. It's just really pretty. So that brown and red, like fall. So try to plant some trees out, and I'll get some fall coloured flowers as well to plant round.
She's a very pretty villager.
Yeah.
I don't recall what her house is like. I know I've been into her house before, but how is it in there?
I've not been in her house since she's been here. She's been out exercising a lot. Oh, I've not actually. I don't even know what her house looks like.
Oh, we'll have to go in and find out.
I'll need to have a wee look when I go back. Yeah, because this morning she was the one that was down doing the exercising first, and everybody was joining her, and she had like a wee red jacket, or wee track jacket, or exercise jacket.
Brilliant.
But yeah, that's about it for island decorating from me. And I think I just need to work on the bits that I just said, but other than that, I think that's me. I've just been trying to catch up with the update, because I haven't really had time to play since the update came, so I think my most played was visiting last night, or because I'm too busy trying to hunt for the DIYs.
So what are your favourite new reactions that you can do?
Well, I have to say the sitting down, but I like what one is it? The workout one. I don't know if you tried it yet, but using them with tools. So I had my spade on yesterday, and I was doing yoga with the spade, and it looked really cool. So that one's quite good. And is it exciting? No, I think it's Tada. It's got these sparkly hands. That one's quite good.
Oh, that's brilliant. What's going on though? Look at that. Ta-da!
And the excited one's so funny as well.
Excited is great.
I think I done excited and sit down when I got it out the ATM, or the Nook Miles machine. That's the one I was sitting doing. I've actually not tried to do them. You know, usually sometimes the villagers or the NPCs still like imitate you if you do a reaction beside them. I've not tried to do any of the new ones beside them yet, apart from the yoga.
No.
But they do react. But what was it? Robin was doing yoga, and I went up to try to get a picture beside her doing yoga. But as soon as I started doing yoga, she stops and like kind of looks at you. Tabby will smile at you when you do a reaction next to her. Robin was just looking at me as if to say, "What are you doing, Sandi? This is my gig." And she stopped doing yoga.
It's really nice to be able to interact with them a little bit more.
I'm still excited.
You're still very excited. One of my favourites actually is taking a selfie.
I've not done that actually that much, but
it just looks great. I'm not really much of a selfie taker in real life, but
no, definitely me no either.
I do like it in Animal Crossing.
Because I've seen a few the villagers doing the selfie taking as well. I didn't really notice a lot of that when I first started playing. It wasn't until somebody had said that the villager was taking pictures, and I was like, what? I didn't even know the villagers did that, but I've noticed it a lot more recently.
I think that they brought that in quite recently, and as a sort of teaser, because I don't think I saw them take a selfie for the first 4 or 5 months that the game was out.
Yeah, I've seen them take their phone out quickly.
Yeah.
But I've never seen them take a picture with it.
They just glance at it and put it away, wouldn't they?
Yeah, because it's only ever CJ that does it. It's like CJ's. I'm going to need to try it besides CJ when he comes next.
Yeah.
But no, I really enjoyed the update. And the storage. Oh my god, the storage.
Oh, you needed it.
I definitely needed it. I think we heard the update was going to have storage in it.
It was quite expensive.
Yeah, and then my pockets were full, my storage was full. But it was expensive, but I needed it, so I would have paid anything, I think. Although 500,000 wasn't as much as I did spend because I still had to pay off my last loan because I wasn't doing it. I didn't think the island getting free renovations for your home was worth the over 2 million that I still had to pay. So.
Oh, so did you have to pay like 2.9 million
basically
for your extra storage?
Yep.
Oh no.
So
now I understand why Tom Nook wanted to introduce the extra storage.
Yep.
All these people holding out on him for the final loan.
Definitely.
Ah.
But
I'd forgotten all about it because I'd paid mine off a while ago, but now it makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't think that it was worth it. Although I did have enough money in my bank to pay it because I got quite lucky or we abused the turnip system early on in the game. So that made me a bit of money at the start of the game. But it also made me think of it as nothing, the money. So I wasn't having to go and catch bugs or sell fruit to get the money, which kind of took a wee bit of fun out. But I think there's so much more in the game that it's not a big deal to me, really.
I wonder if the stock market got a bit of a boost this week with everybody suddenly needing to find an extra couple of million bells.
Definitely. Yeah, because if there probably will be a lot of people in my position. It's not just 500,000. It's
I reckon
the last loan. No, that update has been pleasantly surprising. Even that they didn't have. I know I spoke last week and I wanted Brewster to come, but I'm not even mad.
I think they've done such a brilliant job with all the updates so far. The update frequency and the updates themselves have been absolutely amazing. And they always seem to come at just the right time to like just bring back a bit of excitement to the game and get people interested in talking about it again.
Definitely.
They've done an amazing job. Love it.
Yeah, I find it hard to moan about Animal Crossing because it's just a nice game, and even in previous games, even City Folk that I played on the Wii, I never played it much, but see for what I've paid for it, I've got my money's worth, because there's plenty. If you play video games, you know yourself, you've probably got video games that you played a couple hours, completed it, and then you've moved on. Whereas this, I've definitely got my money's worth out it. I think I'm sitting at nearly 1,700 hours on gameplay, but I did, because I've got the Switch Lite, I sometimes leave it, go and do something around the house, and then come back to it and forget that I've left it on. But I've definitely had my money's worth, and I can't complain about the updates. Definitely not.
That is an impressive amount of hours.
Impressive or sad, I don't know. But considering my island isn't as developed as I would like it to be, although it is, because it's just enough room to run around and stuff like that, but it's, for the amount of hours I've played, you'd have thought I'd have had this spectacular island.
Well, personally, I don't think it's about creating this one vision of an island, making it perfect, having all your dreamy villages, and then leaving it. I think it's about having an idea, trying it out, working on a project, enjoying that space, and then, letting it evolve and move on.
Yeah, I suppose you're right, because I have changed it quite a bit over the last months, and I think a lot of people have been doing that as well. They've just been changing it as they go, because I think if you have completed it to what you want it to be, got all your dreamies, that's probably why you're less likely to play as much, because you've nothing really to work to, apart from the updates.
I've loved seeing your island change over time, and how you used to, at one point you've had all the cars parked outside your house, so your house was like a mansion with this brilliant big driveway and these big iron gates and all these like sports cars parked outside, and now it's autumn, you've got like a different feel going up to your house, and I love it. It's good memories, and it's exciting to see new things happening, and I've done the same on mine. Tried to not kind of approach some sort of ideal, but just to work through different inspirations.
Yeah, I love the big area that you changed at the front. You seem to change that a lot, and we've had a lot of fun there, because you usually use it for your events.
I've always had different ideas for that part. I think the first thing, if you can remember back that far, I made a street. So all along the front of the island, all the villagers had their houses lined up in a row with little gardens.
Oh, so you did? Oh my goodness. That seems so long ago.
Yeah, doesn't it? And there was I'll try and find some pictures of it. And there was an avenue of pear trees as my native fruit, leading from the airport up to resident services. But then on either side of that, stretching to east and west, were all the villager houses. And I loved making that, and it was really fun, and it lasted for maybe a month before I started thinking, oh, actually, this person could have a house up here and it could have a little theme. And then it took another month or two to slowly dismantle it and move all the houses around the island. I've mostly kept it quite open there since then. And we've had like games areas, haven't we? Set out big areas for playing games, for cataloguing events, that kind of thing.
Yeah, catalogue. Yep. I think my favourite one, though, although you did move it for Halloween as well, it was the mask, using the King Tut's mask as musical chairs. I'm wearing them, so we'll trim over every time we're running. I think that's my favourite game so far, like party game.
That's really good fun.
You have got to kind of make your own, because they don't have the island games like they did have in New Leaf, which I do hope. We did speak about that last week as well, but that was a good alternative island party.
Yeah, I like that people have made their own games to play. I mean, somebody just shared that from the internet, and I copied it. But it's been great fun on lots and lots of different evenings. We've had great games of hide and seek at other people's islands, sardines. Some people have made obstacle courses. We've done island quizzes. It's kind of, because you don't have those games, it's spurred on a whole lot of inventiveness.
Yeah, definitely. I think the quiz that we did on one of the guys' islands. It was amazing. They done it so well.
It was great.
Actually, every event, actually, everybody's done well. I love the obstacle courses. No, it's been really good fun. Although I'm just thinking there about games, and then I was just thinking about the Christmas update. How fun would it be if you could? Obviously, you can't roll snowballs. When you're online. But how good would it be if you could pick up snowballs and have a snowball fight? That would just be fun. That's me just thinking.
Oh, that would be great, wouldn't it?
Because I don't know when. Do you know exactly when Christmas like the snow comes?
No, I don't.
Because my trees have been looking really red, and my grass is getting a lot drier looking.
Yeah, our pear tree's looking red today, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, very red. It's really nice with the green from the pears.
It's beautiful. I'd like to talk a bit more about some of the work I've been doing around the island. Because we kind of touched upon it at the start. I'd love to give you a quick tour of the things that I've been doing on the island. Now, Sandi, you've already seen... Oh, I didn't mean literally a tour. I meant an audio...
Virtual tour, yeah.
An audio descriptive tour, and I'll put some pictures up. But you're really keen to get going today.
Yeah, like I don't sit around in the game this much unless I'm watching Villagers and I've got my camera out. I need to be moving.
My plan last week, if you remember, was to take a look at the campsite and do some terraforming, and I did. I moved a house or two and knocked down quite a few cliffs and made a big open space for the campsite, and then I stood there and just had no idea what to put there. So I was wondering what to do with that bit, and then I spied the tents in the update video.
Oh.
So I think I'm just going to leave it as it is and put some tents down there.
Oh, that would be cool. Maybe teepees.
Assuming that they're an item that you can buy. I don't know yet.
Hopefully you can buy it.
The other thing that I ended up working on a lot more than the campsite was the area, the garden, the botanical gardens we'll call them, just outside of the museum. Now, some people have done incredible things with their museum. Yours is really gorgeous. Like lots of friends have got beautiful sculptures and gardens and fountains. And I think it's a really special place in the game. And I really wanted to do something a bit special. What I ended up doing was taking inspiration from the Oxford Botanical Gardens and making a little, just a little kind of reference to that, with a bench and some greenery, some shrubs and a tree and some plants, some flowers. And I'm really pleased with how it's turned out, and I keep forgetting to look when I fly back home, but that's on the flight path, so hopefully it looks really nice when you're flying in. And my intention this week is to expand next to that and make some flower beds, because I've never really done much in the way of flower breeding or flower decoration. As you can see from where we're sitting, I've just let them grow quite wild. And so I'm looking forward to that, to having something that resembles a bit more of a managed garden. So I'm going to put some roses on display. Hopefully that'll look really pretty.
Yeah, I had a wee look at the area last night. I think the rose beds will be really nice, and I did help you water some as well. But I would really like the museum flying in. Obviously I get to see it more than you do flying in, so it was a bit different to your runway of stars, which was very, very pretty, but it's quite a statement entrance now with your paths.
I'm glad you like it. I ended up having to get quite a lot of advice from you and our friends as to how to make it so pretty, but I'm really pleased with it.
No, it is great. And I'm looking forward to seeing your gardens when you finish.
I decorated a couple of rooms in my house as well. Normally my house is completely neglected because I think I have a real problem with the fact that you start the game outside your front door. When we first started playing, I would always go to bed, turn the lights off, put on some pajamas, and get into bed, because I thought that was a really nice way to kind of end the day in the game.
Finish off.
But the fact that you're just rudely thrown out of your front door whenever you start playing the game the next day, it's always really bugged me. So now I never get changed for bed. I always start the game wearing whatever I was wearing the previous night. So I think I don't end up going in my house that much, because you start outside and you run down to your mailbox, run down to the plaza to see your villagers. But I did actually get around to doing a little bit of house and room decoration this week.
Yeah, I got some sneak peeks last night. They look great. So what inspired you to do that?
Well, I really wanted a place to use some of the mushroom items that I can't really find a place for on the island. So there's the partition and the table, which are really nice, but they just, I didn't want to just put them somewhere for the sake of it.
Yeah.
So I was looking at villager houses, and Sheldon, who's a squirrel character that I've never met, Sheldon's house is amazing. So I thought, we can recreate this in my house. It's all the seasonal DIYs. It's the mushroom, flooring, walling, table, stool, lamps, parasol, and a couple of other bits and pieces as well. It's it's lovely. It's really, really cool. And it's nice to get a chance to use those items somewhere.
Yeah, I've met Sheldon before on other islands, but I hadn't seen his house until, I've still not seen his house, but your room obviously represents his house, and it is quite cool, and I like the use of mushroom, because a lot of them, I think I've used all the mushroom furniture somewhere, but I get, like you said, like the mushroom partitions, mine's are just stuck randomly in between fencing, because I had no idea what else to use it for. But I really like that room that you've used all them for a purpose.
We also did Poppy's room, because Poppy's just got the best house, and that uses all the
maple.
It uses a mix, doesn't it? It's got a lot of maple in there. It's just such a cute house. And we did Pico's house as well, which has got an imperial theme. And I love that furniture, but I've never had any cause to use it anywhere on my island. So it's nice to have an excuse to put it in there. And I think it's something that I'm going to carry on doing as the seasons change. I might do Roll's house in the future.
All right, coming up for the ice and snow phase.
Yeah, he's got a cracking ice house, and he used to be a villager on my island. And I miss him being around, so it would be nice to have a little reference to him at home.
Oh, that'd be cool. There's a few ice houses that I quite like, so I'll need to be on the lookout for some new villagers. So I'm hoping Fauna's house that's what I'm going to need to look at once I leave here. Go to Fauna's house. Hers is more
you have to send me a picture.
Yeah. So I'm hoping hers is fall like. I can't say autumnal. I don't know why I try.
Autumnal.
Autumnal, yeah. Can't believe I just said that.
If Fauna's house is anywhere near as pretty as she is, it'll be lovely.
Yeah.
She's such a sweet villager.
Maybe I'll get some more winter themed villagers.
Did you say that you got a new photo this week?
Yep, Sprocket the Rocket, and he does call you a rocket. I changed his catchphrase.
Sprocket the mechanical chicken.
Yeah, the villagers have been asking me to do it. We were talking about how much they've been doing, like sitting down and doing their exercises and being more active, it seems, but they've been asking me stuff, they've been giving me stuff, they've been trying to sell me stuff. I've changed everybody's greeting, I think, this week. Because I think Robin's saying Merry Christmas just now, which I totally forgot about. I think I said in the Discord. I'd changed it because I was waiting up for the Discord. I was tired and I've changed it and I forgot all about it. And the next morning she said Merry Christmas to me and I'm like, right, okay, is this part of the new update? Like, what?
No, you told her to say it.
Yeah, I told her. Because I think when I obviously waiting for the update, but obviously I was just getting excited because looking at the pictures, I was getting excited for Christmas, for the trees.
Do you think that we're just noticing them asking us more things because we've been playing a lot this week, trying to get the maple DIYs?
Possibly. That's probably a reasonable explanation.
Because I started thinking that as well. Like I've changed a lot of catchphrases this week, and I've refused a lot of requests to give gifts to other villagers.
Yeah, do you know what, actually?
They have no taste.
We see with the little thought bubble.
Yeah.
I usually ignore that, but because I've got so many people that I've got their photos of, I've been talking to them more when they've got the thought bubble on it. So, because I'm always scared in case they're asking to move when I don't want them to move. So I think after Lobo left, I wasn't expecting anybody else to ask to move, so I was talking to them more. You're probably right, that's probably what it is. I'm just being more interactive with them rather than them being more interactive with me. I've just not been ignoring them.
I noticed
Sorry, I keep saying about them sitting down at the trees. I never usually have as much trees down there, so that's probably why they're sitting down there. I've noticed them in the trees because it's right in front of me now, rather because we spoke about it last week. The rest of my trees are up the back in the forest area, and they never go up. Well, they rarely go up there. So it's probably just been the changes that we've been making on the island, rather than actually them doing any more. Just me being more observant.
I noticed a really cute kind of storyline play out on my island one day. I think I was just hanging around looking for balloons. I noticed that Shari and Poppy stopped to have a conversation maybe 4 or 5 times during the day. I was like, oh, maybe I just don't. They always do. They must always do this, and I just never notice. And I went over and eavesdropped on 1 or 2 of them, and they were having really cute little conversations. But then at one point, Sherry came up to me and said, I really, apart from you on this island, Luke, Poppy, I really love Poppy and really got really well with Poppy, and I'd love it if you could take a gift to her for me, please. And I thought that was really, really sweet. But obviously I said no, because I didn't want Poppy getting some horrible, ugly bit of furniture from Sherry.
Oh, I don't know how you can say no to them. I don't say no to them for the gifts. I usually don't do it with the photos, if I still need their photos, but I just find it really hard not to say yes to. I've got a picture, I've not shared it yet, I don't think, and it's of Butch with a garden overalls things, and it's ridiculous. And he's been cutting about with it on, because I can't say no.
They just give them the worst gifts, they've got no taste.
They do. You think I would learn for that pink candy machine is etched into my brain. I was so annoyed with that.
Although saying that, I did think I have been seeing Dom wearing, I think it's an after school jacket with a red t-shirt and a black jacket, and it's on Dom, so it's all stretched out and it looks just awful on him. And I kept seeing him wearing it, thinking, where has he got that? And then one day he said, what do you think of my after-school jacket? And he said, it was such a nice gift that you gave me. So somewhere along the line, I've accidentally gifted Dom this horrible jacket. It's entirely my fault.
So you're part of the problem as well. It's not just your villagers.
I am. I must have been just not paying attention to what I gave him.
I know I've probably spoken too much already, but just when you said about the exchange, I sent you a picture of Melba and Bertha sitting under the tree, like on the set on my island, the pear tree. You've got the little cushions. So I sent you a picture of them, both of them reading a book, but I still send you show you the video. And it's a wee exchange that they had, and it's just beside, I don't know if you can see the pear tree in the video that I've saved, but Bertha and Melba are arranging a book club. And then, like, a couple of minutes later, the both of them are sitting down reading books, and it was the cutest thing. So I thought I'd share that video. Yeah, I think I spoke about it a couple of weeks ago, saying that the sweet personality wasn't my favourite, but I now have 4 sweets on my island, and now that Fawn is here, and I've been watching them more. Like Bertha and Melba's just so cute. I say cute too much, but there's no other way to describe them or Animal Crossing in general.
They are lovely. Something very exciting happened on my island this week. It rained.
It rained? Oh, it rained? Oh. It feels...
It rained. I haven't seen it rain for ages.
I had rain as well, just when you mentioned that.
I loved it. I took so many photos. It only rained for an hour, but the villagers looked so cute. I was just running around chasing after them, taking photos. And then at the end we got a rainbow. It was lovely.
I've never seen a rainbow.
No, you haven't?
I've not seen I have seen rainbows in other islands. I've seen double rainbows in other islands, but I've never noticed a rainbow on my island yet. I'm going to need to keep it. And I've been noticed the other day because it did rain on my island as well. But again, only for a wee while. I'll need to keep a look out if it rains again before.
But I just love it when they get their little matching hats and coats out. Or Graham was walking around this week wearing his normal clothes, but he just had a cute little umbrella.
Yeah, but I've got a panda one to give to Chester, just you remembered me. It's lying on my beach. Because I like when they use the umbrellas. Some of them are a bit not suitable for actual rain. I can't remember what it's called. But one of my villagers were...
The parasols?
Yeah, the parasol. I think it was... But it looks like one that looks like a fan. It looks like a paper parasol. And I'm thinking that's not going to do you very good. Well...
No.
Thanks so much for having me, Luke. Thanks everyone for joining us this week.
Thanks everyone.
Tune in next week.
Thanks for coming, Sandi. Thanks everyone. Bye.
No, I'm not ready.
Bye.
Mi